Well, overnight we've been able to see tanks moving in, more tanks moving into the Gaza Strip. Also, we've been able to see the lights of the towns behind me, the Jabalia refugee camp, Beit Hanun, Beit Lahia. The lights that have been on all through the past week now gone off. The UN had said before that 75% of the Gaza Strip was without electricity. Now it appears that even more has lost power. What we have seen in that time as well overnight is an increase in military activity. More towards the sea and the Beit Lahia area. We've seen Hellfire missile strikes fired from helicopters. We've heard jet fighters fly overhead dropping missiles. We've heard and seen artillery being fired into that area and heavy machine gun fire as well. Also, we've seen a rocket fired out of Gaza into the nearby town of Sderot. A big flash coming up when it impacted. That rocket very likely fired by Hamas or one of its affiliates. What Israel says it's been doing over the past 24 hours is targeting Hamas leaders. They say in over 70 strikes, they have killed more than 20 Hamas militants. They have targeted 3 houses belonging to Hamas commanders. They say that the houses had weapon supplies in them. The phase of the fighting right now is still in what Israel describes as a second phase, phase 2. But the question right now for the Israeli Defense Forces, do they push deeper into the cities and risk further military and civilian casualties, or do they stay on the outskirts of the towns and risk Hamas taking a military advantage by knowing where the troops are, by getting used to their routines, by picking up on their weaknesses in those locations? But in all of this, the UN, desperate to get more food aid in, they say they will be considering right now restarting their food supplies if they believe that they can trust an Israeli military ceasefire. More than 750,000 people in Gaza rely on the UN for their food supplies. The death toll there now stands at almost 800 Palestinians killed, more than 200 of them children. The humanitarian situation described there to us by the UN and by non-governmental organizations who are trying to help in the aid relief for the Gaza Strip. They say the situation is very desperate. They say the things most needed right now are fuel for generators, in particular for the main hospital in Gaza City. Nick Robertson, CNN, on the Gaza-Israel border.